Ever heard a streamer say, "I don't need a map, I have a sense of direction," while getting lost in a game? Well, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the fascinating world of live streaming, a place where every word spoken can become a viral sensation or a hilarious meme. Today we're going to dive into the realm of the unexpected, the funny and the downright bizarre. We're talking about streamer slip-ups, those moments when the person behind the camera lets something slip that leaves us all scratching our heads or laughing out loud. Now, to set the stage, let me give you a bit of context. Streaming is like live television, but it's happening right on your computer screen. People from all around the globe tune in to watch their favorite personalities play video games, chat, cook, or just about anything else you can imagine. It's a real-time interaction, which means there's no room for edits or second takes. What's said is said, and it's out there for the world to hear. That's where the magic happens. In the heat of the moment, when the game gets intense, or when the conversation takes a turn, streamers have been known to utter some of the most hilariously ridiculous statements. From the mildly silly to the facepalm-worthy, these blunders are what make live streaming so entertaining and unpredictable. And the best part? These slip-ups become part of the streamers' stories. They're remembered, quoted, and even celebrated. After all, who doesn't love a good laugh at a harmless blunder? It's these moments that remind us that streamers are just like us, humans who sometimes say the darndest things. So, whether you're a seasoned viewer or new to the world of streaming, get ready for a good chuckle. We've compiled a list of some of the most memorable streamer slip-ups, and we can't wait to share them with you. So buckle up as we dive into the world of streamer slip-ups. Kicking off the list, we have streamers who apparently skipped geography class. Yes, indeed, even the best of us can get a little mixed up when it comes to the world map. And when it happens live on stream, well, it's nothing short of hilariously endearing. Let's dive right into the first one. We've got a streamer who was absolutely convinced that Europe is a country. Yes, you heard it right. In his words, Europe, that's a pretty big country, right? The chat was quick to correct him, their laughter practically palpable through the screen. But hey, who hasn't mixed up a continent for a country at least once, right? Next up, we have a streamer who gave a whole new meaning to Down Under. As she was discussing her dream vacation spots, she casually mentioned that she'd love to visit Australia, the capital of New Zealand. The reaction from the fans was immediate, a flurry of laughing emojis and good-natured ribbing filling up the chat. Then there was the time when a streamer was left flabbergasted live on air, thinking that the sun was actually a planet. I mean, who can blame him? It's round, it's in the sky, it's an easy mistake to make. The fans sure thought so too, their comments filled with chuckles and a unanimous "oh bless his heart." And who could forget about the streamer who thought the North Pole was in Antarctica? In her defense, they're both cold, right? The reaction from her fans was nothing short of delightful. Their comments ranged from playful jests to outright laughter, all in the spirit of fun. So, the next time you mix up your East and West, remember, you're not alone. Even some of our favorite streamers have had their moments of geographical confusion, and honestly it makes them all the more relatable. After all, we're all human, and humans are perfectly imperfect. Moving up the ladder of absurdity, we enter the realm of the facepalm-worthy. This is where things get a bit more outrageous, a tad more cringeworthy, and a whole lot more entertaining. Let's kick off with a streamer who, in the heat of an intense virtual battle, decided to share his unique game strategy. His plan? To defeat the enemy by, wait for it, not attacking them at all. Yes, you heard it right. His logic was that if he didn't attack, the enemy wouldn't see him as a threat and leave him alone. As you might guess, this pacifist approach didn't quite work out in the world of virtual warfare. The chat was a mix of disbelief and amusement, with comments ranging from, "Is this guy for real?" to "I'm dying of laughter here." Next up, we have a streamer who decided to take a trip down memory lane. Only her version of history was somewhat skewed. She confidently claimed that the Great Wall of China was built to keep out the dinosaurs. Yes, the dinosaurs. I can see historians all over the world wincing at that one. The chat was a flurry of facepalms and laughter emojis, with one viewer quipping, "I guess Jurassic Park was a documentary then?" Lastly, we have a streamer who in the middle of a live cooking stream asked his viewers, "Does anyone know how to boil water?" Now we're all for learning new things, but boiling water? That's cooking 101. The chat was in stitches with comments like, "Next week how to breathe air," and "I'm waiting for the tutorial on how to blink." So there you have it. From pacifist war strategies to dinosaur defenses and boiling water dilemmas, the world of streaming is a treasure trove of facepalm-worthy moments. It just goes to show that, when the camera's rolling, anything can happen. And often does. Who knew streaming could be an alternative history lesson? Now, we've reached the peak. The utterly ridiculous. We've all had moments where we've said something so outlandishly absurd that we've had to do a double take. But when you're a streamer, and your every word is broadcast live to thousands or even millions of viewers, those moments of ridiculousness can quickly become the stuff of internet legend. Let's dive into some of the most outrageous quotes. Like the time a popular streamer, in a heated debate about the world's fastest animal, confidently stated that it was the giraffe. Yes, you heard it right, the giraffe. The internet, of course, had a field day with this, and giraffe quickly became a trending topic. Then there was the streamer who, in the midst of a high-stakes game, declared that he was so good he could play blindfolded. He proceeded to put on a blindfold, and, well, let's just say it didn't end well. His fans were left in shock and disbelief, and many called him out for his overconfidence. And who can forget the time a streamer decided to share his theory about the moon landing? According to him, it wasn't just faked, but filmed on Mars. That's right, he argued that the moon landing was actually a Mars landing. This sparked a wave of incredulous reactions from viewers and even made it to the trending section of several social media platforms. But perhaps the most utterly ridiculous moment came from a streamer who, during a philosophical rant, stated that time was a social construct and that we could choose to live in any year we wanted. Apparently, he was living in the year 2088. Talk about time travel. These moments serve as a reminder that no matter how popular or skilled you are, you're not immune to the occasional bout of absurdity. And when you're a streamer, those moments are broadcast for the whole world to see. So to all you aspiring streamers out there, take note. Think before you speak, because once something is out there on the internet, it's there to stay. Remember, the internet is forever, folks. We've had our laughs. Now let's take a moment to recap our journey through the world of live streaming blunders. Our journey began with the streamer slip-ups, the kind of innocent mistakes that could happen to anyone, but become comedy gold when they happen live on air. Who can forget the time one streamer announced they were heading to the bathroom instead of the bathroom, or the streamer who mispronounced the name of their own channel? From there, we moved on to the mildly silly, where things started to get a little more interesting. This wasn't just a simple slip of the tongue or an innocent mispronunciation. These were the moments that made us question what was going through the streamer's mind, like the streamer who claimed to have invented the question mark, or the one who tried to convince us that dolphins are just wet dogs. We then dove headfirst into the facepalm worthy. These were the moments that made us cringe, groan, and yes, facepalm. Remember the streamer who declared that the Earth was flat because maps are flat? Or the one who insisted that the sun and the moon were the same thing because they're both round and in the sky? And who could forget the utterly ridiculous? These were the moments that were so absurd, so outlandish that we couldn't help but laugh out loud. Like the streamer who insisted that they could speak fluent French, only to start reciting the menu from a fast food restaurant. But let's not just laugh at these moments, let's learn from them. Live streaming is a platform that reaches millions, and it's important to think before we speak. These blunders remind us of the power of words, and the importance of being mindful of what we say, especially when we're on a live platform. And that, dear viewers, is why we should always remember to engage our brains before our mouths. Until next time, keep watching and keep laughing.